What's up, my PT peeps? One Eye Bri back to talk about The Walking Dead Season 8, Episode 1, some discussion and preview, some comic spoilers, and some filming spoilers as well. If you know the other videos that we made, then you'll know some of this information, but it'll be new to those who don't know the comic and what they likely going to pull from the comics that makes sense for Episode 801 come October. So if you don't want to know this information, stop watching now. I don't want to ruin it for you, but for those who want to know, here we go. So the All Out War storyline starts in comic issue 115. So let's talk about it. Now the All Out War storyline should be great for season 8 for television as well, and I'm excited for it. How about you guys? So it starts off with Rick and Andrea, and yes, Andrea's not alive on the show, so it would be Rick and Michonne most likely. Now last time we saw Michonne, she was beat up pretty bad, and as we can see right here, Andrea is beat up pretty bad as well. So I see Michonne and Rick talking about various things, what the plan is. Now Rick's going to be concerned about being the leader going forward. Can he be the leader? Can he be the guy? It's a big thing that's going forward. They've never done this type of situation before, so Michonne would be providing guidance and reassurance and assistance for Rick to get his mind right for the attack on Negan. Here's one that would be maybe Ezekiel and Carol. Will we see something like this? I don't know, because that's Michonne with Ezekiel. That's a big difference in the comics versus the show. Richard is still alive right there. I would assume that would be Jerry to come in and talk to Carol if they keep it that way. Now right here we see Eugene with Rick. That's a big difference of the show. That obviously won't happen as he's with Negan. Here everyone comes together and plots what to do. Rick, Jesus, Ezekiel, Michonne, and then Andrea looks in, so they're talking about it. So they go out and they talk, and Rick addresses everyone in the crowd and says, you know, we're going to have some casualties. We're going to war. I know not everyone is comfortable with this, but we got to fight together and we're going to do it. Then you see Andrea and Maggie. Look how short Maggie is compared to Andrea. It's pretty different in the show, you know, well, Andrea's dead, but you know, they're going to talk about it, and Andrea is not going with them. Andrea is banged up, so I don't know if Michonne would go with them because she might be too banged up as well. They go towards the sanctuary and stop. Jesus leads the way, tells them how far they are away, and then they get outside the sanctuary where this needs to be shot like this. We need to see this shot, which hopefully they do, because it'll be pretty awesome to see that. They go outside the sanctuary. He yells, Negan. He comes out. Negan's like, what the hell's going on here? So basically Rick goes to the sanctuary to confront Negan, tells him like, look, you need to surrender. We don't want any bloodshed, but we are willing to do that if we need to. We're going to go in there, take you out, need be, but you can end this, you can stop this by just surrendering. We're working together. Our groups are going to work together. And I assume a speech is going to be this way. We're going to have dialogue with Rick and Negan, and it should be really great. I mean, the big thing here will be that Negan's not going to back down, and they're going to have to fight. The big thing will be that Rick does not know, well, nobody knows that Gregory is there at the sanctuary. Negan brings him out and says, you know, what about this? Gregory's like, Hilltop is with Negan, and Rick is pissed. And that's the end of 115. And 116 is the continuation of All Out War, Chapter 2 of the 12 chapters. And that's why I think chapters 1 and 2, so issues 115 and 116, would make up episode 1, because that 115 isn't enough. 116 picks up right where it left off. You got Gregory and Negan talking, and they're like, you know, Gregory is such a coward, but he's there trying to take sides with Negan. And there's reports that Negan kicks Gregory down the stairs, just like he kind of does in the bottom right panel, and it should happen pretty similar to that. Negan's not backing down, Rick's not backing down, so the battle begins, and there's going to be a huge battle in episode 801, and I can't wait. Gunfire, Saviors got snipers taking out. Some people are going to die, so I don't know exactly who's going to die. Probably just some no-name people of the Hilltop, the Kingdom, just unnamed people. So they're like, shoot the windows out, take the snipers out. So they're fighting back. They got some buses, they got some cars there too. Hopefully we see a scene similar to this where they're hiding behind the buses and there's just gunfire all over the place. The RV is supposedly in the filming of episode 801, so we'll see that. Maybe they're taking cover behind that. They're shooting out the windows. Negan is like, what the hell's going on? Dwight Dwight and Negan have some dialogue. And remember, Dwight is on Rick's side, so we'll see how Dwight sabotages some things or goes against Negan in some way. But basically, Rick is taking on the sanctuary, and they're attracting all these walkers. They're bringing walkers to the sanctuary to trap Negan in there, and the goal would be to trap Negan in there, cause all this chaos, and then break down the fences at the sanctuary so the walkers can get in. Pretty great plan, right? But who's going to do that? So they're going in this, they're fighting off the walkers, and it's a good plan to attract the walkers, break down the fences around the sanctuary, but the fences are still there. Ezekiel orders everyone back on the bus to get out of there and go away. Holly, who's already dead on the show, and who the death kind of was the Sasha death, has a plan that we'll see in a second. Negan and Dwight look on. They're like, why did the gunfire stop? And then they know that the walkers are coming their way. Holly talks to Rick, and Rick was going to take the truck or the car and ram it into the fences and take it out because Negan wouldn't kill Rick. He would keep him alive. But Holly knees him in the stomach and takes the car, and she drives into the fences to drive in there like a suicide mission, basically. And then she gets captured, and then you see all the scenes with Davey and everything. So the Sasha stuff already occurred on the show, which was kind of the Holly death remix, which Holly's right there in the truck, drives through the fences, crashes into the sanctuary, breaks down the fences because that's the plan for the walkers to get into the sanctuary, trap Negan, kill the people in there, and that's a good plan. But Rick was supposed to do it, so Holly, took that over so Rick survives. I wonder how they're going to do that on the show. Are they still going to do that or not? Who would it be? Would it be a woman still, like Francine or Tara, or a guy, or they wouldn't do it at all? Holly's going to get bit by a walker. They take out the walker and take Holly prisoner. Ezekiel's group, Jesus, Michonne, they all make it back. The plan was for Rick to drive through the fences and basically sacrifice himself. Jesus was like, he stayed back to do it. Michonne's like, what? But he's not. Rick is still alive and should be alive because he's very important to the show, and hopefully he has a speech like this is only the beginning. This is war. This is just the battle of a war. So we'll see how it goes down, and hopefully we'll get a scene just like that. Now here's a great picture of the sanctuary from the Spoiling Dead fans. Obviously, that is the RV that burned up. So I would assume that people are hiding behind it, or they drive through the fences and break the fences there. As you can see, there's a void in the fence there. So the walkers would be coming in and trapping the Saviors and Negan inside the sanctuary. So there you go, guys. Check out the Walking Dead community page on Facebook and the group on Facebook as well. We got a page and a group. If you do like this channel and this video and everything that we do here, hit that subscribe button today. Stay in the know of what we do. You guys are awesome, and thank you for watching.